Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting moment today. I have my friend Lilly Wang today, and we're going to be talking about something super cool, something super important. But before I get into what we're going to talk about, which you guys are very curious about, as I could tell already, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Lilly. So Lilly has a master's degree from London School of Economics in the UK, if you don't know where it is. She's done quite a lot of super cool and instrumental social work in Cambodia, which is super cool and awesome. At least I really cherish people who go out of their way and do something to actually contribute to the world. And not only, she doesn't even stop there. She goes forward and she's worked as a consultant for the World Health Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. And she's also done some consulting for Bill and Melinda Gates organization on entrepreneurship. So Lilly, glad to have you here. I'm super excited about it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
But you know what I'm more excited about is what you're going to talk about today. I think that's super key. That's important because it's going to help a lot of people who are listening to it. So I'm going to stop here, but I'm just going to give a little bit. It's going to be on leadership, and Lily's going to tell us some super cool stuff about what she's learned from all her experience and how it can benefit you and whatever you're doing in your life. So Lilly, after you, what do you want to share today? Let's talk about this. This is super exciting for me, so yeah. I want to learn as well.
Sure, awesome. Well, you know a lot of things, and first of all, thanks for having me. I'm so glad to be here. I know you wanted to talk about the conscious leadership that I teach, right?
Absolutely.
And should I maybe give an introduction to what? Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Conscious leadership is so important in business and life. As you now know, I've worked around the world. I've worked with some top performers, and through that over 1 decade of experience of working with, working for, and even learning from some of these top performers, I've realized that there's no shortage of talent, intelligence, and even work ethic. That is not the problem, right? For people to a lot of people work so hard and they do quote-unquote hustle. They do the grind. They lose friends, they lose family, and they're unhappy on the way to success. But really high-performing individuals and individuals who are fulfilled at that level actually do it differently, right? They do it with a higher level of awareness. They do it with a higher level of consciousness, and that's a teachable skill. And as they do that, they attain higher levels of success way faster than the average individual. And as they're doing that, they're actually fulfilled.
So sorry, I'm going to cut you off here. So we see this culture all over social media in the word hustle, grind, work like a dog. That's how you're going to go up.
Yeah.
And so that is important, of course, what you're saying. But you're saying there's another element to it that people miss, which is why people struggle a lot, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the element of hard work and being really motivated and working when others are sleeping or partying or anything, that's definitely important. Mm-hmm. You have to work hard. Mm-hmm. But exactly the way you put it, there's another element, and that's a big one. That's the element of consciousness, right? As we raise our level of consciousness, the same goals we have become way more attainable, way faster, and as we attain it, we have a much more fun journey.
Absolutely. So now, this is super key because people have this misconception that if they work like crazy people, they're gonna go to the top, and I see a lot of people crashing down.
Yeah.
How can people, you're talking about awareness, which is one of the first steps towards leadership.
Right.
Now, how can this awareness be cultivated? Because people who are listening, they understand, I'm sure people who are here are super smart, they understand what you're talking about,
yeah.
But now they want to cultivate and build it. So how would they go about it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, should we first talk a little bit about how awareness in and of itself should be one of the first pillars we look at?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So there are 6 pillars I tend to teach, and it tends to be in order, and that's for a reason. And the 6 are awareness, integrity, groundedness, vision, courage, and connection, right? And we start with awareness because awareness is the first, the last, the everything. Meaning it never stops. I start with awareness because it really is the first, the last, the everything, right? And what that means is as you start the journey on entrepreneurship, awareness is so important. But hey, I've worked with people with a network of hundreds of millions, right? And they're still working on their awareness. That's why it's the first pillar, and it never stops. If you want a life of success and fulfillment, you keep working on awareness, right? So how awareness shows up, or how awareness helps people, how awareness shows up more and more success and more fulfillment is, as an example, right? You're an owner of a small or medium-sized business. Your team maybe isn't collaborating in the way that it wants. It's not giving you the output, the results, the sales results that you want right now, right? An element of awareness could really help this person right now, because if they looked at their team composition, who is actually doing what and doing well at it, now we can hone on those natural talents and skills or learnable skills and actually use the right people for the right things. Right? A lot of the time, some people are really organized and the owner of that business really likes that. So they give them more responsibility. But this person who really likes organization and systems may not necessarily want to be in a position of leading people or a position of strategy and vision. You know, now they're not mutually exclusive at all, but it's an example of how we all have our inherent talents and desires.
True. Absolutely.
And we all want to develop our potential in these certain areas. As a leader, as the owner of that business, or as an executive, or a principal of a school, or a parent, or whatsoever, it's not so much telling this person who works with you and for you what to do. It's more about cultivating that awareness, understanding where their talents lie, honing in on that, and supporting them.
Cool.
Right? And once you support your team on becoming better at what they want to get better at, guess what? They do better for you.
Absolutely. So what I'm hearing is the first part of awareness that you're talking about is recognize the strengths, recognize that. So a lot of what you're talking about is recognition of what is somebody's strength and what somebody's not really good at, and leveraging those to actually give them fulfillment and success, and yourself as well.
That's right.
Absolutely. Super key. And you know what? That's missed. I see this all the time in organizations and businesses, right?
Right.
It's just you take this one person, and this person might not be good at public speaking or might be good at public speaking, and you make them write emails. You're not leveraging what they're good at.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very important what you've said, and all of us, including myself, we need to do some work on that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
all of us, including myself and
absolutely.
ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like how you put that, yeah. And in terms of leveraging our strengths and understanding our strengths and weaknesses, another level above that, a higher level of awareness for businessmen and women, for executives, for anyone who wants to lead anything in life is, okay, understanding my own strengths and weaknesses, right? So often we see at the start of a business, at the ideation stage, at the birthing of a new enterprise, is we have the visionaries, right? We have the creatives, we have the entrepreneurial mindset, and that's okay in the first year or two, and you can hustle and you can grind and you can work so hard, and things are still sustainable in the short term. But in the long term, what happens is now we have gaps in the things we need filled. These gaps could be systems, operations, right? Training people in the right way, understanding how to work with your team, communication, etc., etc. Having that awareness is so key to making whatever you want be sustained. Oops. Right? That's just our 10-minute work.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Right? So this is why so many things get started and so many people start things and they're not able to see it through, and then they fall back on the old paradigm or societal paradigm that, oh, that's just business, you know, things just fall through.
Right.
Well, that's true, some things do fall through, but hey, if we had a higher level of awareness and we understood what gaps we need better filled, what we could outsource, what new team members we need to fill that gap and make our company stronger, then there'd be a way higher rate of sustained success in business.
Cool. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That is so correct. So there you have it, guys. Awareness, that's key. You heard it.
Yeah.
Awareness is super important. So we're going to conclude this one here, but you know what? There are 5 more coming. I'm sure you've benefited tremendously from this one. But there are 5 more to come. Keep your eyes open. I'm going to post Lily's Instagram handle if you want to reach her. You want to seek some guidance from her, that will be available for you. And that is it for today, and until next time.